Welcome to Sauna State of Mind. My name is Yang, and today we are in beautiful Brahma, Stockholm, and I'm here with my friend Christina.
Yeah.
So yes, we are both club hosts at the Design and Healing Club, and in this series, Sauna State of Mind, we will discuss pretty much everything.
Everything from the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
With the end, I'm meaning with like being in the water and
Yeah.
being in a sauna,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
experiencing that.
yeah. So we're gonna have talks and we're gonna do some cold dipping and sauna. So Christina, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Getting ready mentally and physically for a cold
Yeah.
plunge because
Okay.
we're gonna start with a cold plunge,
Yeah.
a short one,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna carry on with sauna later on.
Yeah. How long have you been not doing that?
How long?
When was the last time?
Okay, last time I think was 4 days ago.
4 days. It's not that long.
No.
Okay.
I think for me, I'm doing that every week
Okay.
for like the cold exposure,
Yeah.
cold immersion. I
Yeah.
think there's like people tend to use different names, but it's
Yeah.
all about being in the cold water.
Okay.
But with sauna, it's the same every week. And the latest research that I found up in one of the books from sauna, they're explaining that to really feel the effects of sauna, you should be doing that almost every week. Doesn't need to be really often, but in between should be like 7 days, something around that. To have the really good experience of like all the best benefits from sauna.
This is your very first time in your life to do a sauna.
Oh wow, that was I think it was 15 years ago.
Okay.
It was in Helsinki in Finland, and that was my very first time. I was there doing Erasmus exchange. I was super young, super new to the culture, to everything. And I remember some people were saying about this beautiful sauna in the center, and it's a beautiful bathhouse. And I went there and I remember like feeling very very amazed, but also almost like trying to escape because of the temperature. And obviously there were like older ladies, they were like pouring water and pouring. I was like, I can't stand it anymore, it's too hot.
Yeah.
But I remember in this in between pleasure and the pain from the heat, I felt in love. I felt like, okay, this is something that I wanna keep continuing doing in my life.
That's interesting. You were talking about the pain. Pain is part of
mean,
the
it's
thing
not-
that keeps you going, right?
But it's not a pain that you know, it's the pain that we know by like
Right.
that stops you from doing something. But it's not like, it's the feeling like that you always feel like, okay, I can't take it anymore. And it's this beautiful feeling when you're with yourself, with your thoughts in the sauna, and the heat is growing up and up and up.
Right.
And this beautiful reflection that you or I can have, like, what is this like? Is it like too much? Can I stay a little bit longer? Also observing my breathing, my heart, what is happening with my body, if it's sweating too much. And then the most beautiful feeling after the cold dip, like, you know, you're getting hot sauna, that you're getting a cold dip, and then it's just like the best feeling in the world, like in the skin.
Right. I think it's interesting because for me, the very first time I tried sauna is because I don't wanna work out or do any kind of sport, but I do want to get sweaty because in China, like according to Chinese medicine, you know, sweating is really healthy for you.
Yeah, you're reaping the benefit of that. Yeah, and that's why I think why sauna is so appealing for many people. Like you can detoxify it, you can help your body circulation. It's really helpful. Like imagine that there is like something difficult in your life that you're going through, going to the sauna and just focusing on the breathing, on the temperature, put you in this state of mind of like, I can deal with things. If I can deal with this heat, if I can deal with the coldness of the water, I can deal with everything.
Yeah. I do feel like this kind of extreme hot and cold actually put me into a more present mode. Like, you know, because again, this discomfort keeps reminding me that I'm here, and
Yes.
instead of again letting my mind to wander all over the
Yes,
place.
yes.
So sauna, using again like this heat and this heat or the coldness is stimulating the senses of a body, bring us back.
Exactly, it's like this deep focus, deep connection with yourself, like because this is the place that you can't escape. That's why your mind, the things that you're talking to yourself, they're crucial, because they keep you to be in this moment. Like, how can I talk to myself? How can I be focused on my feeling, on my breathing, to be able to stay in this water and to be able to face like, oh, this is a danger, because it's a danger for the body. Like, this is what your brain is telling you, like, get out, it's cold. Like the same with the heat. And that's like the building the resilience of like, can I stay a little bit longer? Can I invite this, not pain, it's not pain, but can I invite this discomfort to stay a little bit longer and tell me something about myself that I don't know yet?
I mean, what you just said is very much what we're talking about, how you grow, right? Like, I mean, growing is always, what is the most efficient way to grow, or what is the best way to grow, right? Is to take risk in a controlled way, and that's what you're talking about. You put yourself in a risky situation again. Your body is telling you this is very dangerous, this is very risky, you should get out of here, but your mind is telling your body to like, let's stay here a little bit more because we know it's safe. We know it's safe. Or the other way around, actually, is the mind telling you that it's dangerous, and your body, you're trying to again like keep telling your mind that it's fine, we're in control, we're safe. And this is again how we should apply in our life. If we want to grow, go to places that make you feel like I'm taking risk, but you know you'll be fine.
I mean, it's a situation that you can control still. Risk being under control is something that you can manage. If there's a risk, like there's no control, obviously it's terrifying. So sauna and cold immersion, especially if you're doing that with people, with clubs, with community, can help you like to get a little bit more and feel comfort in the discomfort.
I have to say, I also feel this sense of community or sense of togetherness, at least like when I do sauna. You're in this kind of little dark spaces and you're with people with barely any clothes on.
Sounds like clubs.
Very intimate.
What are you talking about? Saunas or clubs? You're talking about saunas.
Well, why not, right? Like I think sauna, we always don't play any music or play very like calm music, but why don't we play some really intense music?
I've been to places with sauna. They've been putting like almost like a techno music and lasers and visualizations. They were like a different kind of saunas.
Okay, tell me more about it. What's it like? I'm curious.
I mean, obviously, it all depends what do you need in this moment.
Okay.
Because one day, during the week, maybe I need a calm sauna that no one is talking. And I'm like, just don't talk to me. We are sweating here, we are bonding, but everyone is like, dealing with their own stuff. But from time to time, I'm also enjoying this Avgus sessions when you have essential oils, you have a person who's doing, this beautiful dance with a towel, gathering the hot air, going straight to your face, so you're having a heat, like a wall of heat crushing you, and you're like, you're like almost suffocating, but it's a good one. It's a good feeling. And then there are some, from time to time in different places, you have more like, it's somehow like a spa. Like it can be in the swimming pools, it can be in some saunas like that, when you are gathering more people and there's more energetic music, there's some visualization, lights.
Sauna?
Yes, but it's more like a show. Okay, it's bigger saunas. It's like a show.
But how could it be possible? Like you can put all this equipment in the heat?
Yes. But then it's a bigger saunas, and the heat is distributed differently.
Okay.
So I saw that, for example, you bring in the speaker, but it's just for like 5 minutes, you know.
Okay.
It's not that the speakers or like any kind of electronics are
Yeah.
there. But I have seen people going to sauna with their watches.
Okay.
But some watches, they have sauna mode even.
Tell me what's the brand. Tell me what's the brand.
I remember being on a runner camp, and we
Yeah.
had the sauna.
Okay.
And I remember a person sitting next to me was, you know, when you can select the mode of
Okay.
the exercise, and there was a sauna mode.
No.
But you know, everything is for the people.
Yeah.
If this is what you want, if that's what you're enjoying, like I want to go with people to this loud sauna session with visualization, music, and a different vibe, then it's okay. Like I think a couple of weeks ago, I was in Karlstad in Sweden, and it was the sauna in a part of like spa sauna next to the swimming pool, and we had the different music and different smells. So the first one was more like Vikings music, with the different smells, and everyone was just sitting and like, you know, sweating. And the second session was more like I don't know, like a travel to Asia. It was like more a different senses,
Yes.
different music, and you know what? It was really nice.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
from time to time, having this extra session sauna experience is also nice.
It's really nice. It's also like engaging different senses, right? Like it's not just about the temperature. It's about the smell, the sound,
Yes.
the visuals, right? I mean, the only thing that's left out is the food, the taste. Have you been to sauna that actually serve food?
After. I remember when I was studying in Finland, and I was quite visiting Helsinki quite often before. After, I noticed, and in some places they were serving you cherry tomatoes from potassium for like because when you're sweating out, you're sweating out everything. You're detoxifying, but you're also sweating other things. And they were giving the cherry tomatoes, and the taste of cherry tomatoes after sauna is the best taste ever. So, as you were saying in the beginning, the sense of community in sweating, in sauna, and the cold plunges, I think that helps a lot to deal with the stress, but also to start with.
Well, I can tell you, like, I'm already start thinking like there are so many interesting things. Like, first of all, when you talk about all the senses, right? You know what the sauna in Korea or in northern China, they do serve food.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Well, typically if you watch any kind of K dramas, like series, you would see like people going to the sauna, and they would order this kind of what to say, like stone heat eggs. You know that, right, Sarah? And they would eat it, and they would like you know, they would knock on their head and crack it open and eat the egg, and they would have like shin ramen, you know. It's a whole set of things. So
now you make me hungry, you know.
well, yes. Well, we don't have the shin ramen now. But you're right. Like, you know, it's all these senses that build a set of rituals, and these rituals build a culture, and people gather around the culture, around this culture, form a sense of community in a lot of ways.
When I used to live in one of a collective back in the days in Poland, in one of the villages. We used to have a sauna.
Yeah.
And then I started doing sauna rituals for the people, for the collective, for the community that we were living with. And I've been serving different drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, during every sauna session. So imagine that it's like you're doing 3 sessions in the sauna, and then 3 times you're out in the cold. So for every session, I was introducing a new taste. So in the beginning was like a ginger shot, and with lemon, so it was like, and turmeric, so it was like, whoa, like you're sweating from inside and outside, like this is hot. Then the second one was more like basil, squeezed tomato, a good cucumber, basil, something green.
Yes.
So it was really refreshing, and with the meat. And then the third one was like freshly squeezed juice from carrots, from some oranges. So every time it was a different. So you could also like connect with this, like, okay, this first session is a huge one because we are starting the first one. The second one is more about like being mellow and etc. And the third one is like, okay, we're finishing on a citrus note. So I think it's really up to you how you want to spend this time. Like, you look at us, we have teas, we have my favorite hojicha, you have your drink, we have a green tea, we have some snacks. I brought some grapefruits, you know, some cherry tomatoes. It's all up to you, like how would you shape that? It can be a small ceremony, like whenever you do sauna.
All you talked about really sounds like experience design, right? Like you essentially break it into 3 small rounds, and you would carefully orchestrate all the elements in this round to make people feel they are being attended with different treatment or stimulations all the time. I mean, how to do you ever feel overwhelmed in sauna? Overwhelmed as in, you know, it's too hot.
How do you feel about cold?
I was just talking to I just had a trip with my best friends. We've been traveling to Höga Kusten, which is northern part of Sweden, right? And we've been sleeping. It's a road trip, so we've been sleeping in the van. And 2 of my friends, they are both from France and Switzerland, like West Europe, right? They've been complaining about how cold it is the whole time. Like but at the same time, I don't feel nothing. I feel it's quite warm actually. I would open my sleeping bag at night because it's too hot.
You've been 3 years in Sweden now, yes?
That's the thing. Like, first of all, I've been living here for 3 years, but also I started doing cold shower like around 1.5 years ago. So I've been doing cold shower not for very long every day, but 1 minute, around 1 minute per shower, and that really helped me. Like, first of all, I really feel more resistant to cold, and another thing, it feels really refreshing, and that's the thing what I enjoy about it. And you know, I'm as a club host, my specialty is the breath work, and Wim Hof, which is the godfather of the cold therapy, and the Wim Hof breathing is all about breathing actually. When you are in the cold, how you adjust breathing is so important. So that's all what I know, but I never doing cold plunges like on purposefully. I'm actually scared of water, in the sense that I don't want to bury my head under the water. That's something a little bit
I'm not there yet as well. I think that's because it's already such a big distress for the body and for the mind. Sometimes it's even bigger for the mind. So I wouldn't suggest for people to really push the boundaries too much, because to be honest, every day is different. When I do cold immersion, cold plunges, I would say every time is a little bit different. Because it really does differ from what I did that day, what I did before, how much did I sleep. So I wouldn't say that every time is the same. Sometimes I'm afraid, like I see that, oh, it's really, really cold. Like, or sometimes actually water is warmer than outside. So it's better to sit in the water than outside when it's like really -17 outside. And the water is just like warm. You have a feeling that it's warm.
Do you have near-death experience in the cold plunge?
No.
No?
Never.
You never feel that?
No.
Like, I'm gonna die.
No? This you're talking about. Like, no. I think because I trust my guts, and I've been trusting my guts since, like, I think beginning. So I know where is the best time to step out. And I'm the person who is against no pain, no gain. I'm against of that. Like, you shouldn't push yourself too much. Because we're already living in such a big stress, and being in the cold water or too hot sauna, you're already causing that. So I would say step by step, and slowly, like, this barrier is like, you're changing this, pushing a little bit.
You're expanding your comfort zone. You're not pushing, right? Like, expanding and pushing is different gestures.
I'm really like against all of this, like, let's just jump to the cold water, like just push it. I'm like, if it's your thing, okay, but I would say that with sauna and cold plunges, there is this beautiful experience that you can invite the breathing,
Right.
meditation,
Right.
calmness,
Right.
and like, can I actually stay? Can I actually see what's happening?
That's very much what I'm also questioning right now. Again, with Wim Hof, you are this kind of man. You are like, I'm
The
in
raw
the
energy.
I'm like in the cold water. I'm like I'm gonna stay there like because I'm a
You're gonna
man.
push too much.
And I love this gentleness what you're talking about. Like it's not again. I love how the healing aspect of cold and hot therapy is also that you are gently
Because you're doing a
expanding and
big stress.
exploring.
So like, why should I put stress on a stress on a stress when I can invite some gentleness and like being with yourself? What I discovered recently, because when I'm in the water, there's a part of the stress, but I notice if I put my face on my shoulder, I can feel and I can smell my skin, and for some reason this really put me in a state of calmness.
Right.
And I told it to the other people who are doing cold plunges with me, and actually work for them as well, because this is the connection, your smell, your heat.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's like you're safe.
Yeah, this is so beautiful.
But I would never know about this if I wouldn't do this, if I wouldn't test it myself. I was having one cold plunge and it was like, oh, it's too cold, maybe I'm gonna stay shorter. And then I put my head and I put my cheek on my arm, and I could smell my heat and the skin. I was like, okay, I'm safe. I've been doing that before, nothing new. Day after every day. So I don't know, I'm just really mesmerized to see where this experience, this immersion, hot and cold, can actually put you in a mental state.
I have to say what you described about that moment is so beautiful. It's a beautiful moment you get to spend with your body, right?
Yes.
I think maybe this is a little bit out of line, but I do believe like part of the reason why I want to do this designer healing club is actually a crying call for getting back to your body. We need our body, and
we need a connection with our bodies.
We need a connection with our body.
Because I have a feeling that we're a little bit lost.
We are. I mean, especially, again, we have so many things going around, right? Like social media, we're stick to our phone.
We are knowledge workers. We are designers. Like,
we are designers.
Create.
We are here all the time, and one of the part like designer keeps complaining about is that even we are off, we are not really off because the ideas keep going on in our heads and we never stop thinking.
And in the water or in the heat, we're like, we can't think about something else than like, oh my god, it's cold, oh my god, like what is happening, let's stay, can I stay, like the same in a sauna, like oh my god, this is, and the other person is pouring the water again and again, can I handle this? And that's the moment that actually can be relaxful for your brain. Like lack of thoughts, deep focus.
And this kind of break helps you think more effectively and coming up with new ideas, just like many other practices.
Yes. I mean, as well as you discover, like you described the breathing, yoga. There's so many different spheres,
interventions.
Areas. Oh my god, interventions, rituals, habits. There's so many things, and I think that's why I get so much into this topic, because I call it it's actually called stand journalism. So you need to experience the things that you're writing about. So I need to do a lot of sauna and winter baths or cold baths, because then I can talk about it. Then I can talk about this experience to the other people. I can host sessions, I can facilitate sessions, I can join the communities, and I can talk about it and share about it.
Yes.
By experiencing it.
I mean, that also connects back to the community, right? Like we share our feelings. Yeah. We share this sense of togetherness by experiencing and being there. And again, I think that's all what I really want to share
Yeah.
with the people, whoever you are, that's gonna join the Designer Healing Club. We want
Yeah.
to support you to find your body, to connect with your body, and together.
Beyond the mind,
Yes.
because we are working with our minds constantly. We need to take a break.
Yeah. I mean, I
from
keep thinking,
ourselves, like from our brains. We need to
right?
we need to go on vacation from our brains.
Yeah.
Like,
But why can't I? But why can't I leave
Nay,
this
take
off?
off, take off.
Oh no!
Take it off.
It's cold.
It is cold,
Oh.
and it will be cold.
I mean, I generally do this when there's sauna, but you do this always like with sauna, or you just do it
Both.
separately? Yeah.
When I do sauna, I'm always going to the water,
Yeah.
but then it's not that long. I'm just sitting a couple of minutes in the water, not super long. But I do this without sauna, and then I'm staying long.
Okay. Oh my God.
But then
You
it's a
are
different.
crazy. You're
Yes.
a little crazy.
But I like it.
Yeah.
So maybe we can talk about peeing
Yeah, we should. We didn't talk about peeing.
in the water.
So, Justina, tell me why boys can pee in the water and girls can't pee in the water? Tell me.
So I know, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Let's start with that. I know that there are people team peeing under the shower, team people are not peeing under the shower, but I wouldn't recommend, especially for girls, to pee in the cold water, because you can catch a cold, that's for sure. Obviously, this is my opinion. I would need to check the data on that and research, but you can catch a cold by opening, because when you're peeing, you need to open things. When you're in the cold water, everything's closing. So I wouldn't recommend peeing for the girls in the water if you're doing cold plunges. But I don't know if that works for boys.
Is this the nature playing unfavor to women?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, we need to get something, come on. How do you feel after first cold plunge without sauna in the beginning?
I have to say it's less scary than I expected. I
That's
think,
scary. That's a good start.
yeah, I mean, I guess I took some cold showers every day, so that feels less surprising to my body. But I love the sensation you mentioned about smelling your
Skin.
shoulder,
Yeah.
the skin. It immediately makes
Round
my
you back to
yes, it
yeah.
makes my body suddenly feels warmer.
Yeah.
I would never imagine that.
So when I do like long cold immersion,
Yeah.
I do this like 5 minutes on one shoulder and then 5 minutes on other shoulder. It's like then I know where I am, and it's like a small game that you can play with your mind. It's like, okay, I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
I feel like connected, the left side and the balance, the right one, whatever works. And I found it that sometimes, especially like when I started to doing the cold immersion, I'm like, how can I trick my brain? Because in the beginning I was a little bit of afraid. I didn't know if I can do this, how long, and etc. So if there is a part of a gamification or like rewarding yourself, like something nice to eat after, whatever works, I think it's very crucial to know that and to make this small celebration or like tricks around it.
But I just find it fascinating again, like this kind of small gesture can bring you back instantly. I'm wondering if you can do the same thing even without the cold plunge. Can you just smell your shoulder and suddenly you feel more present?
Yeah, I mean,
Does that
the
work?
touch of the skin. Yeah, I think that
It's very
goes
tantric in a way, right?
tantric, but also I think yoga, breathing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's all connected,
Yeah.
and it should be connected. So I think yes, for sure. But I'm really happy that we managed to do this today, and especially like with with like such a beautiful weather.
I know.
And it's beginning of March, like after such a long winter. I think especially now everyone is getting sick. So why not to boost your like immune system with like, okay, let's get ready, let's do this cold hot therapy to build your immune system, to support your immune system. And just because of that, and obviously there are different researches, there are different knowledge around it. I think we're onto something, and I think we're getting this bigger picture and a view of benefits, and obviously the intangible benefits of sauna and cold plunges. And I think we're gonna keep continuing doing that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for today.
Yes. Thank you. And take a cold plunge. And join us next time in the Sauna of Mind.